Hey, what's up everybody? So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about gold, finding gold on speedruns. So typically, if you're playing casually, gold isn't very important. But on a speedrun, if you run out of gold, you're basically, your run is dead. You have to invest, like, I don't know, anywhere from 10 minutes to half an hour, like, just finding gold. So you never want to run out of gold. So I'm going to go over some of the items that you might want to look for. Let's start with the car here. Now, these items here, these are basically items you always want to look for on a speedrun. No matter what stage of the game, you always want to look for class-specific items, class-specific weapons, like these ones right here. You want to look for Necromancer ones, Paladin Scepters, and Sorcerer's Stabs, or like Sorcerer's Orbs. Anything that's class-related, class-specific, even like Jawbone Caps or Druid Pelts or anything like that, Paladin Shields, you want to pick them up. Now, the reason why you want to do that is, well, check this out right here. 43 grand. We just started the game, 43 grand. That's because there's a ton of modifiers on here. There's 2 to Weaken, 1 to Skeleton Mastery, 2 to Bone Armor. And that makes it much more valuable than, you know, just something with like +1 raise skeleton. So you get really lucky, you find something with a lot of skills on it, it's going to be worth a fortune. You get that on any class-specific item. This one here is 10 grand, 2 to Defiance, 1 to Prayer. Let's see here. You can get something as crazy as like 200,000 gold from a car. Well, like buying it. Selling it, there's always a gold cap based on where you are. Anyways, this one here, 20 grand. Frozen Armor, 2 to Warmth, 2 to Firebolt. And these things, they drop every now and then. You always want to pick them up. Whenever you see something like a wand or a scepter or a staff, pick it up. Anything class specific, pick it up. Always pick it up. Whether it's white or magic or rare, pick it up. Okay, here we go. Let's fire up the sources here. Now, depending on what stage of the game you are, like maybe you might not want to pick up class specific items anymore. Like, you know, for example, a Jawbone Cap. A white Jawbone Cap, if you're in like Nightmare Hell, maybe you don't want to do that anymore. Maybe you want to go for exceptionals or elite Jawbone Caps. But starting out, like especially in normal, you definitely want to pick up any class specific item. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to Player's 8 mode, which basically gives all monsters a higher chance to drop more items. And then I'm just going to point out any items that are worth picking up at the start. Typically, at the start, you want to pick up everything that you find. So small charm here, that's great. Ring there, that's great. Grab those. Gas potion, that's good too. Typically when you're starting out, you want to just build your economy right away. So like, if you're running by an item, just pick it up. Pick it up, try to sell it. Mana potions, health potions. The little bits of gold, I probably wouldn't do that. Keys, I get that. Bolts, bucklers, daggers, anything. The bits of 1 or 2 gold, that's not worth too much. Leather gloves, it's basically a gamble here. Depending on what stats are rolled, it's either going to be worth a lot or nothing at all. Guitar, it's not worth very much, but starting out, I'd definitely pick that up. Alright, so let's go to Akara here, and let's go over some of these items.
Good day.
Good day. So the boots here, these probably aren't going to be worth very much. Now, you have to remember, you start with 1 identify. So what you typically want to do, if you had like to choose from all this here, I probably wouldn't even identify any of this. I'd probably just sell this all. I wouldn't identify unless I had something like I could guarantee, you know, boom, this right here, 1,000 gold, I'd sell this. That would allow me to pick up some of these, and now I can gamble with these things. I can either sell them straight up or I can gamble. So that one there, that was worth 10 additional gold for identifying it. Down there, I got 89 gold for identifying it. So just be aware of that. Rings, like Crimson Ring, I wouldn't want to sell that anymore, so that's why I opted for the charm over the ring, because I don't know, typically you want to wear a ring. Especially if it's fire res or something like that. I mean, you could roll a fire res charm, but I feel like it's going to be more likely that you're going to equip a ring over use a charm. So this thing here I'd actually keep if I didn't need gold, but if I did need gold, I'd go ahead and sell it. Gas potions, this here, depending on the quantity, it's worth more. It's 20 gold per quantity. You can get up to 25 quantity, so this thing can be worth up to 500 gold. There you go, 500 and the 25. This buckler here, this is a big gamble. Typically you want to sell magical ones. This rare one here, it might be worth something. There you go, 1 grand. I believe it's the faster block rate that gives you the additional gold there. And then keys are worth a decent amount. Like quantity 5, that's 110 gold. That's pretty good as well. So let's keep this right here. I just need 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so that's Bloodmoor. Let's just walk through the Cold Plains. We'll kill a couple more monsters. And I'm going to dive into somewhere a little later on in Act 1. I'll point out some items that might drop. Rejuvenation. So chip Rubia pickup. Rejuvenation, that's 200 gold each. So you can use that as either for its main purpose or you know, that's now worth 200 gold. You have options. So this Eagle Orb here, pick this up. This class specific item, and you can see here 3 to Frost Nova. That's probably worth a lot of gold. we got here? One Frost Snow, probably worth a lot of gold as well. So let's see, where's the Burial Grounds? Let's kill a couple more monsters. Crack Cap, not worth very much. Scepter, there you go, leather gloves, very good. Grab that. So the Scepter here, there's no stats. And I just know from playing this game it's going to be worth like less than 200 gold. So depending like where I am and how strapped I am for cash, if I'm like absolutely looking for cash, I'd keep it. But if I had like, you know, maybe 3,000, 4,000 gold, I'd probably drop this thing on the ground. And you know, we can actually do that. Let's just drop all of our gold. Okay. Alright, so Stony Field. Just walk around, kill some of these monsters. After this, I think we'll dive into maybe the Catacombs. So there's a small charm there, another rejuvenation. Quilted armor, you might want to pick it up.
I am overburdened.
Just to check it's a 2-socket. Typically, quilted armor is the only armor I don't pick up on a speedrun to sell for gold. There's a 2-socket. Hard leather armor, yes. Studded leather, absolutely yes. These things are worth a decent amount of gold. So I'm just going to move this stuff over. Let's see here. Can I put this? There you go. Now, what can I do here? Let's just throw some cube. Leather armor. Just look at the gold for that. Skull cap. Definitely want that. Alright, let's go to town. We'll sell some of these items here. So let's take a look at these orbs. Hello. So this one here is worth 2,000. This one here is not worth very much, but it's still a decent amount. 800 gold. That's at the start. That's pretty good. 1 or 2 fire damage. Any type of charm you definitely want to pick up. So this here, 200 gold, not very much. This here, leather armor. That's pretty solid. You find a lot of these things. 240 gold. I mean, it's 6 squares. That's pretty solid though. 240 gold. You're gonna find a lot of those. The hard leather armor, that's gonna be worth more. There you go, 485. And then the studded leather is gonna be worth even more. Let's go see if Charcy sells the studded leather. Now, my character here, she has reduced vendor prices, so she actually gets things for a really good discount. But if I were to sell this thing back, look at that, that's 1,000 gold. Just for finding one of these things on the ground. Not even magical. It's worth 1,000 gold. Now, another thing to note, anything with Frost Nova, when struck, this thing's worth a decent amount as well. Gloves, you probably don't want to sell. These things are worth, you know, 40 gold. That's pretty garbage there. Now, these chain gloves are superior, so it's worth a little more. Boots, not worth very much. Anyway, so you want to pick up these armors here. The leather, the hard leather, especially studded leather, especially the hard leather. And once you think you have enough gold where you don't need to sacrifice, you know, 6 squares, just stop picking that stuff up. Studded leather I'd probably always pick up, but like the hard leather I'd probably stop after a little while. Maybe after I had like, you know, 12,000 gold. So that's enough for Stony Field. Let's go somewhere a little more substantial. Maybe the Catacombs. Let's kill some monsters here. So this is where you're going to start seeing things like breastplates, if you're lucky, or scale mails, or some of the more metallic things. So studded leather here, definitely pick these up. The rejuvenations, keep in mind these things are also worth 200 gold each. There, Chip Diamond. Chip Diamond, this has a bit of versatility. There's some recipes you can do with the cube. Not only is it good for, you know, throwing into an item, or for potentially selling straight up. There's actually a recipe that I'll try to show you guys, depending on how many chip gems we get. Alright, so as you can see here, amulet's good. Fanged Helmet is a barbarian item. Want to grab that. Magical definitely makes it more appealing. Now this dirk here, I typically don't pick up, but just for the sake of seeing what it's worth, we'll grab it there. It's only 2 squares. I mean, if you got a good roll on it, great. It's probably not going to be worth very much. Bows I try to stay away from. There's another studded leather. We're full.
Impossible.
Depending on how much gold you really need, you could go back to town. You could sell some stuff, come back here. Okay, let's see. Catacombs 3. And then after this, I think we'll fire up Act 2. Take a look at some of the items that'll drop there. Gas potion, studded leather. There you go. Lots of studded leather. Awesome stuff. Now, typically when you're killing in Dariel, you want to pick up everything that she gives you. If you're strapped for a room, I mean, just pick up the things that you think are valuable. Leave the rest. Don't worry about, you know, ferrying back and forth. It's not worth it. Okay, so let's go to town. And then also, don't forget, your first kill on a boss, they're going to drop a lot more stuff. So there you go, throwing mastery, some resist. This here, throwing mastery hell, it's probably worth more than the other one. Yeah, this one here is 800, this one here, just because of the stats on it. Check that out, that's 3 grand right there. This right here, just because it's magical, repairs 1 durability, that's actually a really good roll. So magical, it has a chance to give you some good stuff. This one here, 600 gold, that's not bad. I mean, 2 squares. Amulets, these things you can use in recipes. It's up to you whether you think you need this or not for a recipe. If not, you can just straight up sell it. Gas potion, there's some charms that we need. Okay, so there's 3 chip gems here. So I want to show you guys a recipe real quick. If you take any magic item, any magic weapon, any weapon at all, and you put it in the cube, you take 3 chip gems. Doesn't matter what chip gems are, any 3 gems. This will actually re-roll a magic item, item level 25, and it'll give it sockets. So you actually have a chance to roll this, and it might get, like, you know, +1 Poison Nova, or +1, I don't know, Bone Spear. Something that's worth, you know, something where the skill is a little more valuable than, you know, compared to the early level skills. Or if you get, like, you know, +2 or +3, that's huge. Let's see what we got here. So this one here, it's not worth very much. But anyways, you can turn around, you can turn your fortune around. Like, if you have, like, 1,000 gold, you're strapped for cash in your Chaos Sanctuary, you do that little recipe there, and then all of a sudden, boom, you have 20,000 gold just because you did that little recipe. So it's always a good idea to save your chip gems, because you could do that. You can do that on, you know, any weapon you want. Typically, you want to do it on one of these things, something that is guaranteed to roll, or like just has a really high chance to roll class-specific stats, like plus skills. So I have the Far Oasis here. Just take a look at some of the items that drop. So we got some potions, antidotes, 2-handed sword. I probably wouldn't pick that up. I mean, you can, but I probably wouldn't. Short staff. So there's another set of leather. Short staff here. You can just check it on the spot. To Ice Blast. Okay, I'll keep it. If it didn't have any stats, I'd literally just drop back on the ground. Throwing axe. Now this is worth, I believe, somewhere between 500 to 1,000 gold. Throwing axes are good. Throwing knives are also good too. Chug gas potion. It's the upgraded version of the strength gas potion. You definitely want to grab those. Large shield. That's worth maybe about 800 gold. We can grab one of those to look at. Ring. Definitely want to grab that. Chip emerald. There's another chip gem. Great. Guitar, no. That is class specific, but assassin items I typically stay away from, unless it's an exceptional or a elite. Crystal sword, I stay away from that. Usually I stay away from weapons. The only weapons I look for are exceptionals or elites.
Impossible.
Sometimes, like war javelins, for example, or like phase blade. Typically weapons they don't sell for very well,
I can't.
unless it's one of those class specific weapons. Scepters, paladin scepters, that's usually what I go for. If it's going to be some sort of melee weapon. Grand Charm, that's great. So we're full. This thing will, obviously you want to sell that in town, but just to show you what a Grand Charm can be worth. So Farum, okay, so let's see here. Set of leather, you already know set of leather is worth a lot. And let's go and run through this. So this here, 23 charges, 23 quantity, sorry. That's worth almost 1,500 gold, there you go, Grand Charm. Not worth very much. I mean, you can get a lot more than that. This one's not worth very much. There you go. There's another amulet. Almost 2,000 gold. This here is 600 gold. 6 squares. I mean, it's up to you. If you're strapped for cash, that is something you can use. 1 grand for that. 620 for this throwing axe here. Now, let's see. If we just buy a regular... This is superior, so it's actually worth more. Balanced knife. That's 1 grand. So there you go. That's... You can pick up the balanced knife. These pylons here. 450. I don't know about that one. 3 squares. Now if we were to look at some of these here, just some random weapons. I mean 710, 706, 231. I don't know, it's up to you. It is 6 squares. It's up to you. Typically you wanna go for, oh, you know what, we can just do this straight up. We can just buy this stuff. Look at it. So this here is worth 2 grand. The chainmail here, that's 5 grand. Just for the metallic armor there, 5 grand. Chain gloves, it's 300 gold. Belt here, 200 gold. Heavy gloves with the strong modifier, 200 gold. Energy, let's see here, 1,600 each for these helmets here. Now one's socketed and superior, one has a modifier on it. It's here a regular helm with the modifier. 700 gold. But anyways, these are the ones you want to go for. These right here, these metallic armors, these are the ones you want to go for. Whoopsies. Kite shields are okay. I'd probably avoid it. So as you can see, the armors, that's where a lot of your gold is going to come from. It's 6 squares, but like look at that. That's 7,500 boom for a splint mill. Like you can grab that, you can, and you just you know you're covered. You don't have to pick up all these little knickknacks. You just grab one giant item. It's worth a lot of gold. So typically your main goal is to look for those types of armors. As you can see, you can get away with helmets. You know those weapons there. They're worth a little bit. You could pick up a couple and sell them. It's not gonna be worth as much as a splint mill, but you know, if you are strapped for cash, you can make something work. The game will generally provide you with something. Grand Charm. Let's see here. Longbow, hatchet hands, mace. Okay, let's get out of here. We'll look at Act 3 Flare Jungle. You're gonna see more armor pieces dropping, way more. Tier rune. Runes are always decent. The higher the rune tier is, the more it's gonna be worth. Gas potion, grab that. Pulsion, no thanks. Balance axe, it's up to you. Probably wouldn't do it. Spike shield, we can look at one of these. Monster shrine. Okay. That's enough of this place. Here's a class specific item. Grab that. Okay, so let's identify.
Blessings to you.
Hello? Okay, so here we go. 600 gold for a shield. Probably wouldn't do it again. This one here, Grand Charm. 400 gold. I mean, that is a nice charm, but not worth very much. This one here, not worth very much. Now here, class specific item, 4 squares. Boom. Almost 1500 gold. Very nice. Tier rune, 630 gold. Okay, so that's enough of that. Let's go to Flare Jungle. Let's look at some of these drops here. So immediately I have a set of leather. Grab that right away. Exploding Push, grab that. Easy things to pick up. Falcon Mask, that's a class specific item. Let's see here. It's very easy to miss items as well. You might have a bunch of things dropping, you can't make decisions. You end up missing something substantial. Superior Flail, you might want to pick it up because it's superior. I probably wouldn't, but that's up to you. Ormus. So here you go, Jawbone Cap. It's a white Jawbone Cap with Find Item, Spear Mastery, 3 grand, 4 grand. There you go. This one here has no modifiers, so what I would normally do is I would actually, when I'm walking around out there in the Flare Jungle, I'd look at this thing, it has nothing on it, okay, I'll drop it. Let's see. Set of leather, another 1 grand there. Heavy belt, not worth very much. Use gas potion, or sorry, exploding potions, 1,000 for 25 quantity. Not bad at all. Alright, let's do a little more. We'll dive into Chaos Sanctuary. But typically, those metallic armors we were looking at, those are the things you want to pick up. Now this here, I'd probably drop. I'd probably not even identify it. I'd just leave it on the ground. But just to show what it's worth. Bone Shield, I'll definitely pick that up. And a lot of these things, you're just gonna... Excuse me. You're gonna figure it out just as you go. You're gonna test things out. You're gonna know, okay, this thing's worth a lot. This thing's not worth a lot. You'll figure it out. Okay, just a little more, and then we'll go. Let's see. Identify. Alright, I think I'm done here. Morningstar. I don't have room anyways. Okay. Masks, definitely, yeah. Definitely want to go after this. It's here at 3 grand. Boom. This 1 grand, look at that. Look how many scores it's taken up. It's not worth it. 180 gold for 3 charges there, 3 quantity. This here, 14 grand for a rare bone shield. It's pretty decent. Another ring. Rings are worth decent amounts. And there's 2 grand there for that belt. Typically set items I try to avoid unless it's metallic armor. You know what? We could actually, we can go to, where is she? She probably sells some more gear we can look at. Trade. Let's see here. So we got sword, armor. So we got the typical splint nails again. So as you can see, you know, 10 grand there, 8 grand there. Like gauntlets, 8 grand, not worth very much. Gloves you generally want to avoid unless it's exceptional or unique. So here, Nova Shield, 4 grand. So belt with Frost Nova, 1 grand. Go, glowing scale mill with strength. There's 3 grand there. So this is your staple right here. These metallic armors. This is definitely what you want to go after. And every now and then, you know, great helmet. There's 3 grand there, not bad. And the regular helmet, that's 1 grand. This here, Morningstar, 3 squares, 400 gold. That's up to you. I probably wouldn't do it. I'd probably save the room for, you know, one of these metallic armors. All right, Chaos Sanctuary, and then, oops. Actually, you know what? Instead of Chaos Sanctuary, why don't we try out the Cal level? I think, do we already rescue? Search for King. If I didn't search for him already, yeah, you know what? Wait, no. I have the, I already have the Stony Field. I already have the, Arachnisha set up. Okay, let's do Cal Run here. Let's look at some of these items here. Because if you are doing a Hell Run, you will pick up a lot of gold to start off Nightmare. And we're also going to see a lot of items that you'll see in Act 4 and Act 5 through the Cal level. So here we go. Oops. Okay, here we go. Military pick, pike, no.
Impossible.
Large shield, I mean that's worth maybe 1 grand, 600 to 1 grand. Zombie head, there's class specific, superior helm. Yeah, grab that.
Impossible.
Oil potion. This one here, that's a bit of a gamble. That's might be good, might be bad. Kite shield, you could go for that circular, that's probably 3 grand right there. Split mill, you already know what that's worth. Rattler head, there's another class specific item. Just move that over. Okay, let's go back to town. Alright, so let's see here. If we were to sell in Act 5. One thing to note, so the vendors in normal. Act 1 you can get a total of 5,000 gold from a vendor. Act 2 is 10,000, Act 3 is 15,000, Act 4 is 20,000. Act 5 you get 25,000. And then in Nightmare, any vendor can give you 30,000 gold for selling an item, and then in Hell it's 35,000. So there you go. White zombie head, 2 to decryptify, boom, 12 grand. Easy. Easy peasy. 4,200 for this thing right here, just a white circlet with nothing on it. This helmet here, 600 gold, not very good. Let's see, the Gladius, 1 grand. And Rattler head, there's another 12 grand right there. So those class specific items, that's going to be where all your money's coming from. That and the armors. Actually, you know what?
At your service.
Our friend Larzak here can do the same thing the cow level can do. So there's a field plate, there's a gothic plate, full plate mail. So there you go. You're getting to 25 grand, 20 grands just for the armor pieces. So as you see, this is your staple. These armor pieces, these are your staples. Here's a crown. Crowns are decent. There's 7 grand there. Does have a nice modifier on it, but as you can see, there 4 grand for another one. Enhanced defense, 4 grand. That's pretty good. Plated belts. This one's up to you. If it rolls something decent, I mean, it's not bad. 4 grand, that's not bad at all. But yeah, metallic armors, that's what we want to go for. Now, if we were to go to Nightmare or Hell, the items are basically the same. Actually, I wonder if Charcy can do it. You basically want to look for, you know, metallic armors again, but you also want to look for these things right here. You want to look for this demon hide armor. You want to look for exceptionals. This right here, just because it's an exceptional armor, it's going to be worth way more. So as you can see there, 20 grand demon hide armor. No. Heavy gloves, light, no. Let's go to Chaos Sanctuary. But that's basically it, ladies and gents. Metallic armors, exceptionals, elites, those kinds of armors are things we want to go for. Class specific items, and then just some things on the side. Bastard sword, grab that. Let's see how much it is worth. There's a split mill, so you'd obviously want to pick that up. Tear rune, it's like 600 gold. Job one visor, absolutely. Long staff, absolutely. Great sword. Generally don't go for weapons unless it's something really good like a phase blade. Or war javelins are decent. Maiden javelins are decent as well. So let's see here. Morning Star, Blade Talons, Amulet. Defender, yes, that's exceptional shield. There's a Tal rune. Lance. You could go for that. I believe that is the exceptional form of a pike. Let's just see what it's worth. I generally don't pick these up.
I can.
Alright. Town portals. Flawless topaz, absolutely. Gems are always good. Alright, that's not the Chaos Sanctuary. Let's see what this stuff is worth. Oops, I'm out of IDs.
What do you need?
Trade. Oops. So this here, Bastard Sword, 4 squares, it's 6 grand. It's up to you. I don't know, that's a bit of a gamble, whether you're going to get something good or not. This here, so it's not worth anything at all. There's no stats on it. There's another 600 gold. Tal rune, it's higher tier, so there you go. It's worth more gold. This here is worth this here is worth 7,500. Ring, another ring. Defender, boom, exceptional shield, and then 10 grand right there. Small charms, you already seen those. Amulets, you've seen those. Job one visor, 2 to war cries. That's actually really good. But anyways, 8 grand. So there you have it. And then let's see. Weapons. There's more crowns. Light plate. These are worth it. Just anything that's metallic. 15 grand right there. Alright, so that's about it. The greaves are decent as well. I mean, that's 2 grand. Light plated boots. There's 6 grand. It's 40 faster run walk though. That's probably why it's worth so much. That's about it. One thing to note here, I'm going to show you guys this website here. This might help you get familiar with, let's just show you the URL. Here it is right there. If you guys want to check it out, there it is. But anyways, let's shrink this down again. So this website here, it has a list of all the items that you might want to be looking for. So I went through a lot of these here just by running through the game. So you got your normal armors. Let's see if we just open this up. Normal armors, so you got your hard leather armor, your studded leather. You have some of your very first metallic armors here. Probably want to go for some of these. What else do we have? So there's your normals. Typically you just want to stick with the armors for normal, and then class specific items, class specific weapons. Here's exceptional. Let me just give me 1 second here. Here's exceptional. Exceptional is definitely really good. So one thing I want to go over is the armors, the boots, the gloves, the belts. Here we go. So ghost armor, if you see this, you definitely want to pick it up. Serpent skin, absolutely. Demon hide, yes. Trellis, anything that's exceptional. And then once you get into the metallics, you definitely want to pick up metallics. So here's what I want to talk about. Demon hide. Anytime you see demon hide, pick it up. Anytime you see shark skin, pick it up. These things are worth a decent amount. Just for having the exceptional form, it's definitely worth a lot. And then there's more here as well, but typically you're going to see a lot of demon hide, a lot of shark skin. Let's see, same thing, demon hide, shark skin, there you have it. Demon hide, shark skin, once again. And then basically anything that's elite is going to be worth loads of gold. Armor, shields, boots, belts, you name it. We can even look at the swords here. So Shaco, Hydra Skull, Armament, like if you find any of these things, pick it up. Definitely pick it up. Definitely sell it. These things are worth loads of gold. Circlets as well, you definitely want to grab those. Heater, there you go. Luna, Hyperion, Monarch. Grab these things. These are really good. You're typically not going to find very many of these on a speedrun, but if you find it, these are worth instantly 35,000 gold. Wormhide, Scarab Shell, Spiderweb Sash. But anyways, there's the website. Highly recommend you go through it for yourself. Get used to some of these items here. And where is it? Phase Blade. This thing here. Whenever you see this thing, grab this thing. I'm sure some of these are worth a lot of gold that I haven't even tried out yet. Have things that have dropped that I'm not familiar with. But I know for a fact this Phase Blade here, you don't even have to identify it. It's always worth 35,000. Anyways, yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Don't run out of gold. Try not to run out of gold. Don't forget the cube recipe. If you have 3 chip gems, oh, the lance. If you have 3 chip gems, go to a vendor. Oh, that's only 3 grand. It's worthless. Go to a vendor. Try to buy something that's really cheap, and then try to sell it for more. So as you can see here, actually, you know what? I don't have enough chip gems. Anyways, you get the idea. 1 magical weapon plus 3 chip gems in the cube. Transmute. This will reroll. Plus have some really good stats on it. Really good if you're in a pinch. Really, really good. But yeah, that's it. Good luck. Don't run out of gold. And I'll see you all later.